So you know how pyramids are different from the prisms?
They have a triangular base?
Uh, Triangular base,
No, they don't. Never mind. They have a slant height?
slant height. Yes, they do have a slant height. Hmm. But the major difference between prisms and pyramids is that in prisms, you will have two bases on top and on bottom. And these two bases will be same, like they'll be congruent. If you see any prism, see a cylinder is also a prism. It's just that it's a circular prism, right? Okay, so you have two bases on top and on bottom. Then you have triangular prism. You have two bases,
Yeah.
front and back. If it's kept like this, so it's front and back. If you put it, like if you just tilt it, it will be top and bottom. So you have two bases, and those bases are triangular. So that's why it's called a triangular prism. And then number 7, also you have two bases. So that both bases are trapezoid, so it's a trapezoidal prism. And you have a rectangular prism. Again, you have two bases. So the point is that in prisms, you'll have two bases, and those two bases will be parallel to each other. They will be parallel, but first thing, they'll be parallel to each other and they will be congruent. Okay? But now, in
Yes.
pyramids, we only have one base. That is the major difference. You have one base, and then there are, like, on the, you see the edges of the base? On every edge, there will be another, like, there will be triangles actually. So take any of these pyramids. You have 6 pyramids. Okay. In the first one, you have a square base. And on each edge, so a square has 4 edges, 1, 2, 3, 4. On every edge, there is a triangular surface. So we have 4 triangular surfaces, right? And
Yeah.
those 4 surfaces will connect at one point.
Got it.
Okay. And that will happen in every pyramid. If you see number 6, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a hexagon. Like the base is hexagon. So this is a hexagonal pyramid. So you have 6 triangular surfaces on the 6 edges, right? And they all meet at the top. So this is a square pyramid. This is also a square pyramid. This is also a square pyramid. This is a triangular pyramid. This is also a triangular pyramid. Okay. Okay, so here in number 7, we have a what kind of prism? If you have to identify what kind of prism this is, so you will try to look for two congruent bases. So if you can see, we have this trapezoid and in the front, and then in the back, we have this trapezoid. And these two trapezoids are congruent. Can you imagine this shape?
Yeah.
This object, I mean, not shape. So what kind of prism this is?
Trapezoidal prism?
This is a trapezoidal prism. Okay. So now we have identified that. Now, in order to find out its surface area, we have to find surface area, right? Yes. So let's review the formula. Formula was we find out lateral area. Lateral area means only the
areas
walls
and the bases.
without the bases, only the walls. So for that, you have to take the perimeter of the base times that by the height between the two congruent bases. It's very important to identify the two congruent bases, and whatever is the distance between those two bases, that will be your h. And then we add the area of the two congruent bases. Okay, so you can see the red and the green trapezoid, they are the two congruent bases, which are two trapezoids. Okay, so we have to find out its, so first let's find out the lateral area. Lateral area is h times p. What is edge? Distance between these two?
9.
9. Yes, we have 9. And perimeter. So you can pick up any one trapezoid, either red or green, and find out the sum of all the 4 sides.
So the red one?
Red one, okay. So for the red one, this is 10. Okay, and this one, see, this is
18.
18. Yeah. Okay, and they have given these small marks. See this? That
Yeah.
means the non-parallel sides are congruent.
Hmm.
And in the green one, they have given that this is 13. So this will be also 13.
And then the other side's 13.
Also 13. So that is the perimeter. We can add them. 10 plus 18, that's 28, 26, 6, 14, 54.
Yeah.
Okay, so 9 times 54, which will be 9 times 4, 36, 9 times 5, 45, 48. 486 millimeter square is the lateral area. And then we have to find out the area of the 2 bases. Let's find out the area of one base, and then we can multiply that by 2. Area of one base. You know
So-
what is the area?
A plus B divided by 2?
A plus B divided by 2?
Like base times. Oh, wait. Area of the base?
Oh, area for trapezoid is 1/2 times B1 plus B2 times height.
Yeah.
B1 and B2 are the 2 parallel sides. Okay. So you can pick up either red one or green one, so 1/2. If we pick up the red one, so the 2 parallel sides, this is 10, and this one is 18. And what is the height? Perpendicular distance between the 2 parallel sides.
And wait. Oh, 12.4.
12.4, exactly. This is, so height is always the perpendicular distance between the 2 parallel sides, which is 12.4. Okay, so this will give us the area of one base. 1/2 times, this is 28 times 12.4. This goes 14 times. So 14 times 12.4. We can use calculator. I think I'm using my calculator. 173.6 millimeters square. Area of 2 bases will be, area of 2 bases, 2 times this value, 2 times 173.6. Now the total surface area will be the lateral surface area plus this value, whatever this is, 2 times 173.6. Okay, and finally, don't forget to write the units, millimeters square. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to do number 8 as well?
It seems pretty easy.
Okay. So that, I think that completes prisms, all other prisms. So you have only 3 types of prisms: rectangular prisms, triangular prisms, and trapezoidal prisms. And you also have circular prisms. Well, they are called cylinders. Cylinders are nothing but circular prisms, if you think about them.
Yeah.
Circular prisms, because you have circular bases, 2 congruent circular bases. Okay. Cylinders you can do.
Yeah. Could we do number
Surface
12?
number 12. Okay. The surface area of the soup can below is 51.84 inches square. Okay. surface area is this. The diameter of the can is 3 inches. Find the height of the can. In these type of problems, and they will always give you these type of problems where they'll give you the surface area and they'll ask you to find out either the radius or the height in case of cylinders.
Yeah.
Okay. So either, because you need only two things to find out surface area of a cylinder. You need the radius and the height. So what they'll do is they'll give you one of these and they'll ask you to find out the other one. So here they've given the diameter. So from diameter, we can find out the radius. So diameter is 3 inches. So what will be the radius?
6. I mean, 1.25. I mean, 1.5.
1.5 inches. Okay. And we know that surface area is this much. So just write the formula of surface area. Formula of surface area is this.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll write this formula. First, surface area is equal to 2 pi r square plus 2 pi r h. What I like to do is I like to factor out 2 pi. Actually, we can factor out 2 pi r. But that's up to you. How do you want to simplify the things? Now, surface area is this. So instead of surface area, you can write 51.84 and then put all the values. 2 times pi times r is 1.5 square plus 2 times pi times 1.5 times h. So we want to find out the height of the can. This is the variable that we want to find out. So let's try to simplify these expressions. Okay. 2 times pi. So pi you can take 3.14.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 times 3.14 will be 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 1.5 square, we know it's 2.25. Again, this will give you 6.28 times 1.5 times h. Okay. 6.28 times 2.25, that is 14.13 plus 6.28 times 1.5, that is 9.42 h. So we can subtract this number from both sides. 51.84 minus 14.13, that gives us 37.71. And then we can divide both sides by 9.42. Are you allowed to use calculator on this unit?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. So this divided by this will be approximately 4 only. It's 4.0031. So we can say approximately 4. And what are the units? Inches. In prisms, we had 2b because we had 2 bases. But in pyramids, we have only 1 base. So area of the base, b is area of the base. That's not changing. What changes is the lateral surface area. That means the surface area of the walls, because this time they are placed like slantly, right? In prisms, they were perpendicular. Here they are placed slantly. So to find out their surface area, you will need slant height. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. You will always need a slant height, and you will multiply the slant height by the perimeter of the base, and then times 1/2. And sometimes in some questions, they will not give you the slant height, but they will give you this height, the height from the topmost point to the base. And you will have to find out the slant height by using the Pythagorean theorem. So if you take this triangle, For example, if you see question number 3, they have not given us the slant height. In number 1, they have given the slant height. In number 2 also, they have given the slant height. But in number 3, they've not given us the slant height. But they've given the normal height from the topmost point, drop a perpendicular to the base. So they've given that height. Okay, so how do we find out the slant height in number 3?
We can try doing lateral height and then we can just solve for x.
Yeah, so let's draw the lateral height. Not lateral, slant height. So slant height is this, right? And you'll need to connect this. So you get a right triangle. Okay. Every time if you have this type of problem where slant height is not given. Now the right triangle is this, and this is the right angle that you have to consider. Now you know that this is 3 feet, that's given.
Yeah.
How much this side?
I mean, is that half of 16 or?
Yes, exactly half of it will be always half of 16.
Oh, okay.
This side is 16. And when you drop a perpendicular from this point, so it actually falls exactly in the middle. So that's why this will be half of 16, so 8. Now you know that this is 3 and this is 8. So you can find out the hypotenuse, which is nothing but the slant height. So L, let's call it L. This is L. L square will be equal to 3 square plus 8 square. 3 square is 9. 8 square is 64.
So 73.
73. So L is square root of 73. Okay. And to find out the surface area, the lateral area is 1/2 times the height times the, sorry, not the height, but the slant height, L times P. So L is square root of 73. And you'll need to find out the perimeter of the base.
64.
64, 16 times 4, 64. Okay, so this is 32. And then we need to find out the area of the base. That is capital B. So this is a square. So area of the square is side square.
Yeah.
So 16 square. So 256. Okay. Now you need to calculate what will be square root of 73 times 32. And then add that value to 256. Square root of 73 times 32 plus 256.
I got like around 325.27.
325?
No.
No. Can you check? It will be more, it should be more than that. Square root of 73 will be around 8 point something.
Yeah.
How much exactly? I think around 8.5 times 32. So 30 times 8 is 240 around.
Yeah, I got 529.4.
Okay, 529.4. What are the units? So we have feet. So final units will be feet square. Approximately. Number 5. Okay. So which type of pyramid number 5 is?
Triangular pyramid.
We have a triangular pyramid. Okay. Okay. So first let's find out the lateral area. 1/2 times slant height times the perimeter of the base. Here we have everything. So okay, so Aditi, what is the slant height?
12.2.
12.2. And P, that means perimeter of the base,
21.
21. So this is 6.1, this 6.1 times 21. That will give us the lateral area, and then have to find out area of the base. So the base is a triangle.
So base times height divided by 2. So 7 times 6.1.
Over 2.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just have to then finally you have to find out this value and this value and then add them together. Right?
Yeah.
And in number 6, they are so kind. They have already given the area of the base. You don't have to even find out the area of the base. I hope you can find out area of any regular polygon.
Yeah.
Because if they don't give the area of the base, then you should know how to find out the area of a hexagon.